Malawian start. The scoreline there was 9-3. That encounter ended on a 9-3 scoreline in favor of Jinte, and Ishmael is the first man down in this competition, the second edition of the Super 8 competition, the ATA Super 8 comp here at Mchana Pub and Grill in the capital of Kenya, Nairobi, along Gong Road. If you want to make your way here, it's along Gong Road, opposite Prestige Mall. Hussein versus Kelvin. Kelvin won the leg there and opted to break first. It'll be alternate breaking, so Kelvin will be breaking at all the odd numbered frames, and Hussein will be breaking at all the even numbered frames. Semi-good break from Kelvin. I say semi-good break as well, as much as he did manage the balls too well. Yellows would be good, I think. Would be a good choice. Save for one yellow there, sitting in between a red and the black. Can't quite tell from where I stand if there's a clear path there for that yellow to one of the two corner pockets that it can potentially go to. Either the bottom right corner pocket or the top right. He's measuring that, I think. Also trying to see the potential of taking it to center. I reckon he could pot here at the bottom. That yellow at the bottom, then go to the top. All players are looking in serious form. Confidence-wise, they're looking very confident, very smart too, giving the game the respect it deserves. Smart players on and off the table. That was a miss from Kelvin. I don't think he meant to just leave that yellow sitting in the pocket. I'm sure he had meant to go for a clearance. Anyhow, chance to Hussein. Good potting there and opening up. Crowd is gathering here, growing bigger. Crowd claps there for Hussein. Good shot. I hope you're enjoying your viewing from wherever you're watching from. Hope you're enjoying the quality stream as well. Hussein looks seriously focused, loving the cue action. The way he controls and manages his cue ball there. These guys are surely a marvel to watch. Very entertaining pool. Another good shot. He cruises away. He could clear this with one visit. Let's see how that goes. Hussein's still cruising away here. Just two reds to go. He's well on his way to clearance here. They make it look so easy. Pull is hard. Pull is really hard, guys. But these guys make it look easy enough. I'm not sure if they just make it look easy or they actually do find it easy. Either way, they make the magic happen. Good rail shot there. Good putting. Hussein. He's down to the black. He's concentrating, seriously focused here. The black is down as he draws first blood there. 1-0. Abdullah Hussein to the good. Just looking at Kelvin's body language there, he's not looking too worried. Well, it's still early days. It's only been one frame. Anything can happen. He's looking forward to the win. So is Hussein. It's going to be an intense battle, the way I see it. I think these two are players relatively the same level. You see Hussein there inspecting the break. What is with players these days? Not trusting the referees. I guess players just very meticulous, paying attention to detail. All the small little sort of dry break. Yeah, sure looks like it. As I was saying, they pay attention to all the little detail. They want everything right. For some of us fishes, anything goes. They should be taking notes here, hey? They should be taking notes from the big boys. Anyway, open table. Kelvin closes table on the yellows. I like the confidence though. It was a very uncomfortable position to take off from with the cue ball being so close to an object ball, but not for Kelvin. The second matchup of the Super 8 Comp, second edition here at Mchana Pub and Grill, Nairobi, Kenya. Both players are looking seriously poised for a win. Very serious. They do have what it takes. Both highly rated, among the best in their countries, Tanzania and Zambia. I tipped Kelvin to try and go for a clearance here, a reverse dish, what we formally call a red apple here. I have a feeling this will be blow for blow, not a one-sided encounter, or not heavily tipped in one man's direction like we saw in the last encounter between Ishmael and Jinte. Those two are very good friends, very close, off the table. But on the table, it's game on. And it's game on here as Kelvin cruises away, hoping to record that reverse dish. For his sake, I hope he does. It'll be a good morale boost for him. I will confess that I've been feeling Kelvin is not so much in form lately over the last couple of days. I watched him during the just ended Mchana Pub and Grill second edition comp, which is won by Caesar. He didn't do too well in that one. He lost 7-3 to Jeremiah on this same table, actually. And in the team events, he was playing in the finals under Team Eagles, which was an all-Zambian team save for Senzo. Senzo Gomeda from South Africa was the only non-Zambian in that team. Didn't do too badly, but his teammates did a lot better than he did. Team Eagles won that encounter in the finals against Team Chilis from Kenya. 13-4. Massive scoreline. Anyway, good going there, Kelvin. First reverse run of the day. I guess it's picked up in form. Or maybe I was wrong about him not being in form. Either way, it's good for him. It's working in his favor. Whatever he's doing so far, so good. Frame number 3 loading. 1-1 it is. Good break there from Kelvin. He breaks some pots. Potting 1 yellow and 1 red. Open table. What will it be for Fikoti? Reds or yellows? I think it's going for the yellows here. But either class of balls, I think, is manageable. We'll also record the first green apple, the first break and dish of this encounter. Crowd is getting bigger in here. Fans are gathering to watch the spectacle as some of Africa's best talents battle it out in the second edition of the Atacomp. Not an ideal position for the yellow. Not what he wanted, I'm sure, but still, plan B is still possible. You could cut that yellow to the corner pocket. That overhead shot you see there, that would be bottom left corner pocket. It's just one yellow I'm kind of worried about though. I think it only has one pocket that could make its way to here unless he somehow plays the cannon to open it up more. That yellow there near the bottom, nearest the bottom if you screen by center. I think you can only take it to the top right corner pocket. I think that's the only clear path he has, but I think he was trying to open that up in the process and missed. He does visibly look disappointed in that miss, much to Hussein's relief. Hussein is back in the grind. It's a short man, very small man. But you know what they say, dynamite comes in small packages. Unfortunately, there, Hussein scratches, and I'm sure your guess is as good as mine that this will be a clearance from Kelvin with this free shot in the visit. Looking to extend his early lead. He took an early lead. Actually, no, he didn't win the first frame. It was Hussein that took the early lead. My bad. But looking to lead now, looking to make it 2-1. Kelvin taking his time here on what looks to be a very easy layout of the yellows and the black. I mean, he has a 99.99% of clearing this now. I don't know what can stop him. Maybe a miscue, of which chances are slim anyway. Could we possibly be looking at that 0.001% chance? How unlucky. What are the odds? Odds as good as being struck by lightning here. Very little odd of that happening. That unfortunate position of the cue ball. Looks like he wants to snooker. He did not. Hussein could take off here. Not a very easy pot, but he could take it to either center. The center on the right is plausible. He could use one of his other reds. Okay, I'm not sure if he can do that, but the other center, yeah, with a thin cut on the red or the corner pocket at the top. I think those would be the two best options here. And if he fails to make that pot, I think this time Kelvin would not give him another chance. He looks focused. I have a feeling this is going in. The way he looks so serious. If it doesn't go in, he may snooker. Partial snooker here. Did not achieve what he wanted. Chance back to Kelvin. He's redeemed himself here by getting himself back on the table. He must do himself justice now. Oh, no. But to be fair, it was a difficult pot. It was a partial snooker. He couldn't go full on that yellow to make a pot. I think he actually tried to swerve a little, screwing the cue ball to make the pot because of that partial snooker. Hussein looks a little stressed there. Could be wrong. He's attempting a pot while defending, while playing safety at the same time. Good show. This time around, it worked out just fine. And Kelvin is snookered. Hussein cruises on. 3 yellows to go. He's keen on gaining his lead. Several mistakes have been made during this frame by either party. Advantage to Hussein there. Good potting. Well done there, Hussein. Looks easy enough now. Doesn't need to apply any fancy spin really. Just almost a basic roll on that cue ball should do just fine and is down to the black, which looks easy enough. He's likely to pot it. And pot he does. 2-1. Hussein pots another black. It's a race to 9 or best of 17. Hope you're enjoying the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the quality is good enough, sound is good enough, and the quality of play is even better. Frame number 4, Hussein set to break. He looks deep in thought, though. I'm not sure what he's thinking about. Possibly just telling himself, Hussein, maintain the lead. Do not let him catch up. Focus. Focus, boy, focus. If I could read minds. Anyway, the referee there is racking the balls, preparing for frame number 4. By Hussein, the first foul break of the day. Free shot and a visit for Kelvin. Players of this caliber usually punish you ruthlessly for fouling in, on the break and opening up the ball so well. This is highly likely to turn into a red apple, a reverse dish by Kelvin. I tip him to try in order to try and equalize, minimizing the pressure. He's gunning for the reds, I think. Good thinking there. I like the way they applied their minds. Great shooting, great thinking. And look at that focus. Great. Table closed, reds it is. Kelvin, aka Fikoti, aka Kero, like some of his fans like to call him back home in Lusaka. He cruises on. 5 reds to go. One ball at a time he shoots away. 3 reds to go. Doesn't look too complicated for him. And still on his first visit after the foul break by Hussein. And just like that, he's down for the last red, looking easy enough now because he's made it look easy. He set out his pattern. And look at that. Perfect positioning for a clean finish. How's that for a red apple? Well done, Kelvin, as you record your first red apple, first reverse run. 2-2 it is. Blow for blow. I have a feeling we may see a decider here. I'd love to see that. It makes the encounter more tense, more entertaining for us, the audience. More stressful, though, for the players on the table, especially the one that's trailing. But it's good value for entertainment. Good matchup, this. I think these two are a young man of equal strength, highly skilled, and giving each other a good run for the money. It's a race to 9, so either player now needs 7 frames to clear. So in other words, it's like a race to 7 now. Kelvin breaks, potting in the process. 1 yellow drops, and it's open table. Reds are looking awesome. They're very well placed, and I think it's a very obvious choice here. Very easy choice on the reds. And I think those reds are very nicely laid out. Even an average player could clear this without much trouble. What's with the hesitation, though, there from Kelvin? Okay, perfection takes time. No need to rush it. Take your time. As long as you get it right. Speed thrills but kills sometimes. Anyway, table closed, reds it is for Kelvin. Just 5 reds to go here. I think I'd say the most difficult ball here would be the red nearest to the black. He could take it to this corner pocket here at the bottom left of your screen. After potting the other red that's blocking the pathway of that particular red I'm talking about, the one closest to the black. Maybe a draw back to the corner, then moving that red out of the way. No, he has some plan else. Hope you're enjoying the angles, the different angles, camera angles you're seeing here. From this camera angle that you see here, I think a pot at the bottom right of your screen would be possible, of that red there near the black. A little tight, but possible. That red is making me a little nervous, the one next to the black. I don't think it has a clear path to center, to any center. Let's see how he plays it out. Maybe cue ball going around into the same corner pocket. That red. Well done, Kelvin. Some good cueing, good positioning, and just 1 red to go. Green apple loading, I think, maybe. Well done. He's down to the black. Cue ball too close to the yellow there, but it should be easy enough. These are the big boys. Easy enough it is. It's down. Well done there for that clearance there, that break and dish. Kelvin, he leads 3-2. Leading now for the first time. He's cruising. Hussein here is looking a little angry, eager to prove a point. He's pacing up and down, seemingly impatient, waiting for the ref to finish racking the balls so that he makes a point. I think he's going to inspect the rec just to supervise the referee. Make sure the referee is doing everything right. It's allowed. Kelvin has just asked for a quick recess break, and the referee's allowed that. Action will resume shortly. The action is on here. Chinchana Cabin Grill, the second edition of the ATA Super 8 comp. Hussein versus Kelvin. Tanzanian is shooting away on the table here. It's trading 3-2. Kelvin leads for the first time here. Hussein drew first blood in the first frame, making it 1-1. Kelvin equalized. 1-0, and Kevin equalized to make it 1-1. Then Hussein led 2-1. Then we saw two one-visit clearances from Kelvin to make it 3-2. Frame number 6 underway. Good shooting there from Hussein. One ball at a time. 3 easy reds to go. Well, I've been told there's nothing called an easy ball. I've seen that for sure. I've seen some players missing what looks to be an easy ball. There's no easy shot. Each shot needs to be handled with utmost care. And he's down to one last red. Good job so far. Working at this clearance. Last yellow is down. He's facing the black. Not very difficult for him, but a difficult black. I think he's measuring for center. It's very ambitious. Very small gap there. Sure, he's hoping the black will kick the yellow out of the way and drop. Has to be very careful with this. Or else, okay. I was about to say, or else he may even foul. I think that was a very ambitious shot, to be fair. It was quite difficult. A bank shot attempt may have been better. I think he had a higher chance of potting with the bank shot. Chance back to Kelvin. Chance to Kelvin. 5 yellows. I like the confidence. Combination shot there. Not too difficult. He should be able to work his way to clearance here now. I think his key ball is going to be that yellow in bulk along that rail on the right hand of his screen. How's that for positioning? Easy does it. Well, it's not easy though, but he made it look easy. Not entirely comfortable with position though. To spin a cut, you may need to play a drag shot and let the cue ball bounce to the opposite end of the table. Oh wow. That looked easy, but it wasn't. Compressing the movement of the cue ball like that. That's some talent and skill, which I wish I had. Kelvin further extends his lead now, a 4-2. 5 frames down. No, 6 frames down, my bad. Kelvin leading 4-2, 6 frames out of a possible 17. It's a first to 9 or best of 17 frames. Good break there, Kelvin. All his breaks have been quite good, where he breaks and pots each time. So far, he hasn't suffered any dry breaks. Hussein has had 1 dry break so far, and no apples. Kelvin has recorded 1 green apple and 1 red apple. And Kelvin fails to close the table. The shot wasn't too easy, to be fair. Now Hussein is gunning for those reds, taking advantage of Kelvin's miss. And reds are his indeed. Table closed. Not the best execution there. Looking at where he left that red, pushed it further into the rail. Just makes it a little more complicated. He could solve it with a bank shot or a rail shot. 1 board at a time, he takes care. Three reds to go here for Hussein. Unfortunately, bad execution there in that rail shot. Rail shot, long range, not so easy. How's that for a combination shot? Good one, Kelvin. 4 yellows here. Hussein is looking very disappointed there in the miss. And he fears Kelvin may be further extending the lead after this visit. It's 4-2 in favor of Kelvin. Kelvin Gandu, aka Fikoti from Zambia. Versus Hussein. Oh, good potting there in cue ball positioning. Saying this is Abdullah Hussein from Tanzania. This is the second match of the day and the second edition of the Super 8 ATA competition. The previous one was won by Caesar Chandigarh, the Scorpion from Uganda. The first edition. He's the defending champ for that one. As far as this edition is concerned, this is the second match of the first round for these 8 players. The first match was Ishmael versus Jinte. Ishmael fell in that one. Final scoreline was 9-3. This is now the second match. Scoreline here is 5-2 in favor of Kelvin. Kelvin's been cruising, steadily winning the last 4 frames consecutively. After this encounter, we shall watch Brian Kaptilam, aka Lotto, a Kenyan national, versus Jeremiah Green, aka Ganda Ganda, the Green Machine. That's Jeremiah Naidu from South Africa. Frame number 8, loading. I think Abdullah really needs to pull up his socks here in order to recover. Let's see what he can pull out of his magic bag of tricks. In a quest to recover here. Kelvin's looking rather relaxed. Rather, actually, he's looking expressionless. He's not worrying about much. He's needing 4 frames to take the day. Hussein needing 7. Frame number 8. He breaks and pots 1 yellow and 1 black, so it's a re-rack. He's to take the break again. Doesn't look too happy with that outcome. It had been a good break for him. Nicely opening up the balls and dropping 1 ball as well, 1 yellow. He could have cruised on pretty nicely. A break and dish wouldn't have been too complicated here, and I'm sure he's just hoping he can achieve a similar break when he attempts again. Well, similar, except for potting the break. Similar, by similar, I just mean opening up the balls and potting as well. He's had 1 dry break in the 3 breaks that he's had. He's had no break and run on and no reverse dishes. Kelvin has delivered 1 break and run and 1 reverse dish, and all his breaks have been good. No dry breaks so far. So far, so good. It's getting a little tense. I'm not sure if the Tanzanian is deep in thought or just carefully studying the manner in which the referee is racking. Anyway, he breaks, and unfortunately this time he does not pot. You see, he's smiling slightly at himself here. Obviously not in pleasure, but in disappointment or disbelief at his misfortune thus far. Kelvin on the table, gunning for the reds here. Table closed. I think this will be a very defining shot. Okay, no, he's not opening anything up there. It's game on. That little meeting there with the 2 reds, 1 yellow and the black, I think is where the whole game is going to lie. It's turned into a tactical frame here. Let's see the tactical prowess of these 2 gentlemen. I quite like these tactical frames sometimes. I love seeing how these players apply their minds to worm their way out of sticky situations. How's that for a shot? Very good attempt there at opening up the little cluster. Didn't manage, but still in a very good defensive position here. He could force Hussein to open it up, rather. He could snooker all of Hussein's other balls except for that yellow. To force Hussein to play that yellow to open up the game for Kelvin. Kelvin in advantage here. Kelvin doing what he does best here, working his way. Clearance is possible, but very hard here. If he manages it, kudos to him. You could take the one red to center and the other one along the rail. Could take it to the corner there. Ah, that position is one word for that. Perfect. It's not an obvious finish, but a lot easier. He's made it a lot easier. He just needs to perfect. Oh, it was close. I felt kind of nervous for him there, fearing he may snooker himself. Luckily enough, the cue ball didn't go round or behind the yellow, rather kicked it out of the way. It's measuring the black already. I think he's confident in making this pot. The way they make real shots look easy. Ah, check that out. Unfortunately, the pot did not happen. It made good position though for that final shot on the black. But what is position with no pot? Ah, Hussein. Okay, not too bad though at the end of it all. I'm sure he did want a pot, but was lucky enough that he managed to snooker in the process. I'm sure he wanted a pot. He did not want to just snooker. Because here, a swerve shot is highly possible and was achieved by Kelvin. Well done. Maybe cushion first now. A bit of a hook shot on the black. But it's very difficult. Could hook it into center and cue ball could make its way somewhere towards the bottom right corner. Or, ooh, he has a clear view of that. Oh, my bad. I couldn't tell he was not thinking there. Thought it'd go hook that black. Well done, Kelvin. Neat finish. 6-2. He cruises on. This is giving me Jinten Ishmael vibes. Similar scoreline to what we saw in the last encounter between Jinte and Ishmael. This is turning into a one-sided affair. But can Hussein pull off a recovery? Very possible. He just needs to remain calm, focused. Which is what Kelvin is looking like right now. I'm just looking at his face. He's looking very calm and focused. Frame number 9 loading with Kelvin set to break. Kelvin breaks, another good break. Breaking and potting several balls, like I think a whole 4 of those. Table open, very neat layout here. 50-50, I think, yellows and reds. I can see the source of his dilemma there. If he goes for reds, there's the one red along the rail here on the left side of the table. If he goes for yellows, the center pocket is blocked off. But I think he's going for yellows, but I think the reds may have been a bit better. I don't know why I'm feeling yellows looking bad now. Compared to the reds, that is. one ball at a time he cruises on. But I think his head is still well beneath the water. Maybe a cannon loading. I have a feeling good shot loading here. Not so good. That yellow there. Maybe his nightmare. The yellow closest to the rail. Maybe cutting to bottom left corner pocket would have been good while cannoning there. This bank shot is very difficult but not impossible. Ooh, very well played, very well calculated and very well executed. And he's down to the black, which for his sake, I hope will pot. I see Hussein looking away there. It's like he does not want to see. He's like peeking, taking some peeks, and he can't help but smile, happy that Kelvin messed up that pot and scratched, unfortunately for him, in the process. To be fair, it was a difficult takeoff for him. Cuba was so close to the rail there for that long-range pot. I guess top players do get stressed by those kind of shots after all. Free shot and a visit. Hussein, advantage to Hussein here. I like the confidence. A lot of amateurs like myself have just gone for a snooker there, or a defensive shot. That real shot is rather stressful. Amateurs. The level of confidence displayed here and skill is something else. He's down to the one last red. I think it's safe to say the scoreline is now 6-3. I'll call it prematurely. 6-3 it is. Don't embarrass me, Hussein. Pot that black. I called it 6-3 already. Please don't make me swallow my words. Good for you. 6-3 it is. Hussein pulls one back. After losing 5 straight frames from Kelvin, he was earlier leading 2-1. Kelvin won the last 5 consecutive frames, and this previous one was won by Hussein. And could that be the turning point for him? Could this be the start of a handbrake from Hussein? This is the second edition of the Atta Africa Super 8 Comp, live here at Mchala Pub and Grill. Awesome venue, awesome environment, awesome vibe all around. The crowd is awesome. The fans are enjoying it. Hope you are too, from wherever you're watching from. We're here in Kenya, the capital Nairobi, along Gong Road, opposite Prestige Mall. The action is lit. Good entertainment. Frame number 10. Out of a possible 17. From here on out, we'll watch anything from 3 frames to 7 frames, depending on the final scoreline. Anything from 3 to 7 frames here. Good break. Open table. Hussein goes for the reds there. Good show. I like the way they look. They make it look so easy. Could a cannon be possible here? Maybe the cue ball moved a little too much. You could pot there at the bottom left corner pocket, opening up that little cluster with the red, yellow, and black. Not sure how good the angle is. The angle was good, but the execution not so good in terms of the final positioning of the cue ball. And Hussein is snookered. Smiles at himself, obviously in disbelief at the misfortune. He needs to get this. If he fouls, it may spell doom. Unfortunately, a foul it is, and fortunately for Kelvin, who springs up very quickly from his seat, looking forward to a clearance, has a free shot and a visit. 6-3 it is. Kelvin needing only 3 and Hussein needing double that. 6. Quite obviously, he'll use his first shot to open up that one stressful looking ball. Killing 2 birds with one stone. He opened up the yellow that was near center and further developed the other yellow near the rail, making a pot easier on it. He could go center, then center. Oh, okay, some other pattern. I thought goes soft in center, then the other center. Then cruise on. But then again, whichever pattern works for him, he's a good potter. For me, it's the confidence with which they pot those rail shots. Out of this world. Good shooting. One ball at a time, he continues to work his magic. And now just down to 2 yellows. Unfortunately, he did not execute that well enough. Movement of the cue ball was bad. Looks like touching balls there. Referee is confirming. Just checking that out. And has confirmed frozen balls. Cue ball is frozen to the yellow. Hussein just double checking that to confirm and has agreed. Play away. I think he wants to try and hook that yellow in. Very ambitious, but it was the best he could do given a chance to Hussein. I tip him to try and clear here. It would be good for him to lessen any pressure mounting. If he's feeling any pressure, he may not. Sometimes I do believe it's not pressure unless you're not prepared. And I think these two came here prepared enough. He's taking his time. I think he's going to draw back there slightly. Oh, perfect positioning. This should be a clearance. Allow me to call it prematurely here, please. Let me call it 6-4 already. Well, this is me hoping for a less one-sided encounter to make it more tense and more entertaining for us, the viewers. He's down to the black. Good chance of putting it here. He's going for center. Looks like. Nicely cued. 6-4 it is. Well done to Hussein. 10 frames down. A couple more to go. anything from 3 frames to 7. Kelvin could win the next 3 frames, or Hussein could continue on this streak here, on this winning streak. It's good for him though, the recovery, lessening the pressure. All right, frame number 11 underway. Kelvin breaks and scratches. His first bad break. He hadn't scratched so far since the beginning of this encounter. I tip Hussein to try and go for a clearance here. He needs to make sure he gets that right, the calculation. If he's going for that yellow that he was focused on now, he's thinking, okay, he's changed his mind. I think it was an ambitious shot to close table with. He was going to use the red to try and pot his yellow, but decided to go safer on that. Good idea, I think. Sometimes, no matter how good you are, sometimes it is advisable to just go for an easier pot on closing table. Takes me back to an encounter I witnessed last night in a deciding frame. The player just needed to close the table. They went for the most difficult shot on the table, which should be relatively easy for them, but was the most difficult and failed and was punished for that. Hussein's not looking happy with their position. He's shaking his head, frowns a little, but looking at plan B. Still has a very good chance of clearing this. Ooh, cue ball, stop. Okay, moved a little too much. Still a possible pot. Just needs to apply a little bit of a spin or... Oh, okay, there. Good spin there on the cue ball. Perfectly positioned for the next shot. And looking to pot black on center. It's focused on that center. Hoping to pot it on center, and that he does. 6-5 is the scoreline now. Hussein nicely pulling back. He's flexing his muscles there. Not sure if his arms are feeling a little crampy. He's taking a walk there just to oversee the referee as he racks. 11 frames down. He's coming back strong here. Whatever he's doing is working in his net. Not the best break, I think. He did manage a pot, he pot one red, but has limited his options here in terms of closing table. It looks easy enough. He prefers the reds, so combination shot in order. Table closed. The reds it is for Hussein. Hussein Abdullah from Tanzania, one of the finest players from Tanzania. This is one of the finest players from Zambia. What a contest. That would have been an easy pot for him if Cuba wasn't so close to black. Little harder, but he can still manage. I think if he manages this pot, he could equalize and maybe working on his way to a 6-6 scoreline here. Which I'm sure Kelvin is not too happy about. He's down to 2 reds in no time. It's just the black that's a little tricky. I think he's positioned his cue ball well enough for a cannon here. The cannon is easy for him here, but the eventual positioning of the black and cue ball kind of unpredictable. He could snooker himself, or he could leave himself with an easy shot on the black. But I'm fairly confident he'll pot the red and manage the cannon. Let's see. He did not do either. Leaving the red sitting in the corner pocket. Threateningly to Kelvin, that is. In a way announcing that if Kelvin fails in any of his shooting attempts here, Hussein is ready for that clearance. Snooker loading. Well done there. Good snooker. Not leaving a good or easy enough angle there for Hussein to escape that snooker. Swerve also very difficult here to play on the say shot. He needs a couple of cushions to get his red. I think that's too wide an angle maybe. A little too wide, yeah. A little narrower would have done the trick. Free shot and a visit for Kelvin. Had to try and clear here. Show us what you got, Kelvin. 6 yellows still on the table. He's taking the one down. Take over the position of the red in the corner pocket. Good thinking there. Also, in the event that he misses, the takeoff is difficult here for Hussein. A pot is difficult with just the black. No red to use for position. He's cruising on, working on a clearance here, it seems. And a not so difficult one at that. He could go center. Then next aim at the yellow closest to black with the combination shot. And then remaining with 3 relatively easy yellows. Oh wow, I didn't see that coming. Good shot. I like it. Could this be game down?
I'll take one at a time.
He's looking a little stressed. I see him shaking his head. I'm sure it's because of the position of the cue ball. They're so close to the black, but it's easy enough for him. Cue ball so close to the yellow, yellow so close to the pocket. Shouldn't be difficult at all, and easy does it. 2 yellows to go as he's on the verge of recording that 7-5 scoreline. Kelvin now down to the black after potting that last yellow. Looking to make it 7-5. Ensuring Hussein does not catch up. Good job, Kelvin. 7-5 it is. 12 frames down. 2 more to go for Kelvin and 4 for Hussein. It's crunch time. Hussein basically now needs to win either 4-0 or 4-1. It's possible. We did see Kelvin winning 4 straight frames. Hussein could do it as well. These two, I think, match up equally on capabilities on the table. Good matchup, I think. In this second match of the first round of the Super 8 comp. The next game will be between Lotto from Kenya and Jeremiah Naidu from South Africa after this match. Good job there, Kelvin, on the break. Most of his breaks have been good, save for one break where he scratched on the break. Otherwise, he's been breaking pretty well and queuing just as well. How's that for a shot? Table closed with the neat cannon in the process there. He cut that too thin, I think. Anyhow, it's not a very easy clearance for Hussein. And I'm sure Kelvin is hoping he messes up. But I hope he'll give it a good try. One at a time, ball by ball. He inches on. Obviously pleased by the fact that Kelvin didn't continue to cruise on to record the green apple that he was looking forward to. 5 yellows here remaining. Ooh, that's a great shot. Gone wrong. He obviously intended for that yellow to overtake the red, leaving it with a clear part to the corner pocket. But let's see, plan B. A good part to the bottom right, with some sort of spin at the bottom of the cue ball to open up the other yellow. Could try again. He's playing it safe. It was rather risky. The red could have overtaken his yellow. The yellow he just pot now by the pocket. But yellow looked like it didn't go from where I stand. I suppose I don't have a good angle for it. But judging from the way he's signaling his shots here and pointing at his intention to show us his intention, looks like the yellow goes. And he hopes to clear. And it went. Cleared one problem, but creating yet another problem for himself there. The black messed it up a little. It's making a plan, thinking out a plan. That's a difficult shot from the black. An average player here would probably be like attention or pockets with that black. Just probably bang it and fingers crossed that it would make its way into some pocket. But let's see what the professionals or elite players do, how they handle this. Ah, it's getting cushion first, hoping to pot in center. It doesn't go to center, I think, actually. Maybe to the corner pocket. No, there was no clear path for the center. Kelvin back in the grind. Needs to clear here.
You don't have to.
I like how these top players start or confidently start with the ball in the pocket when they still have some problem balls. Well, apparent problem balls. Balls that look problematic to some of us who can't play pool to save our lives. 4 reds to go for Kelvin here. Hussein is snookered. There's a high chance of potting it if he gets the black. If he escapes the snooker, he may pot. And if he does not manage to escape the snooker, he may lose the frame. If he gives a free shot and visit to Kelvin. Oh well, it worked out. At the end of the day, legal shot. He had miscalculated the angle actually, but it worked out. Is Kelvin snookering there again there or attacking? Attack it is. I think Hussein came threateningly close to potting that black. And now Kelvin's taking no prisoners. Mercilessly attacking his way to a clearance. Climbing up the hill slowly but surely. Hussein lagging behind but still hopeful. Down to 1 last red here by center. And the black is down. Kelvin is on the hill, needing 1 frame now to run this. Hussein needing 4. Hussein just needs to win 4-0 basically here. Tall order, but I've seen it happen before. The odds are heavily tipped in Kelvin's favor. But who's to say Hussein cannot pull back? Anything is possible. And for players of this caliber, a lot of it usually boils down to the break, how well you manage the break. Give yourself advantage by potting on the break. Taking control of the game. 13 frames down. Frame number 14, Hussein to break as he's been breaking at all even number frames. I tip him to go for a green apple here. He breaks in pots. And table open. Break and finish is highly possible here. Could close table from there with that yellow. You see that little cluster with 2 yellows and the red. You could pop the yellow, opening up the other yellow, and work is magic. Go for it. Go for the kill. Balls opened up. So the 1 yellow is a little uncomfortable by the rail there. But thankfully he has the center. yellow to position, or even now. Well done. Get going. Oh, what a mess up. He actually did look kind of uncomfortable with the stance there. I don't think he was comfortable enough at the time he took off. Chance to Kelvin. Just assessing the layout of the balls here. I think all balls go. All balls have a clear path to at least one pocket. Not very easy, but not too complicated either for players of this level. Scoreline 8-5. And it's a race to 9. How's that for a good shot there? Kelvin making it easier for him to put that yellow to work on a clearance here.
It is my size.
Unfortunately, he fails that part and looks very disappointed in himself. He apologizes there. What a gentleman, raising his hand, that hand gesture to apologize for, I can't say he fluked, but position-wise, he did fluke. Made it very difficult for Hussein. He did not snooker, but made it very difficult for him to take off and make a pot. What a shot. Shot Hussein. Good shooting. Good long-range takeoff, and his back in business. I think that takeoff is what did it for him. How's that for a spin? Well done. 2 yellows to go here. Is it safe to say scoreline will be 8-6 after this visit? You never know. It's advantage to Hussein at the minute. He's taking his time. I think that movement of the cue ball hitting the drawer worked to his advantage. And very well positioned cue ball for that last shot in the black. Well done, Hussein. 8-6 it is. One at a time, one ball at a time, one frame at a time. He works his way, hoping to catch up and hoping to overtake Kelvin, who's sitting at the finish line now. What an encounter. Very exciting. It's getting tense. It's tenser for Hussein here, as he's still working hard to catch up. Kelvin, I'm sure not feeling any pressure. Still feels safe enough, I think. Kelvin usually gives it away. His body language is not at all a secret. He reveals, I think, his emotions visibly. His body language. When he's disappointed, you can tell. When he's happy, you can tell. When he's anxious, sometimes you can tell. His body language is very telling. Good break in terms of putting on the break, but the position of the cue ball, little stressful. Let's minimize his options here. The only real option he can close table with here is the yellow to center. He's checking that out here, measuring his shot and going for the kill. He went for the kill but not catch any prey, unfortunately. Advantage to Hussein. Hussein must work hard here. Try and clear, possibly with a red apple, a reverse run. As he continues to work his way here, hoping to continue on with that handbrake that he's engaged on with Kelvin. He's leaving himself in slightly stressful positions each time here. He needs to work very hard. He messes up the bank shot. I thought he'd actually go for a fine cut to the corner pocket here at the bottom right. I guess he avoided it because the cue ball movement was rather unpredictable. He didn't want it to go ranting and raving around the table. With the bank shot, the position of the cue ball was more predictable. It was easier to control. Chance back to Kelvin. He's still working his magic here. Hoping to clear. If you've just joined us, this is the second matchup of the second edition of the Super 8 Africa Comp here in Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. Chana Pub and Grill is the venue along Gong Road, opposite Prestige Mall. Second match, Hussein from Tanzania versus Kelvin from Zambia. The first match was Ishmael Mteto from South Africa versus Stanford Jinte from Malawi. Jinte won that encounter 9-3. It took a lot shorter time than this match so far. Well, the scoreline says it all. It was a lot shorter than this one. A lot more one-sided than this one. Hussein still has hope and hopes to clear. I think it's safe to say here, if he misses, he'll be a goner. He needs to make sure. Unfortunately, he failed the pot. Even if it had dropped, he was still in a rather difficult position still. It's just a difficult frame altogether for Hussein. Kelvin back at it. Combination shot loading. Then maybe the other bottom corner. And then center. Then lastly, the red closest to bark before he attacks the black ball. Will this be the last visit of this race? Hussein hopes not. Okay, he sees a different pattern and executed it. Almost very well. Cuba was not supposed to make contact with that yellow, according to plan. But still, a plan can be made. He's just trying to make sure he avoids a foul there. Avoiding contact with the ball. The referee is making sure he's carefully inspecting that to make sure that does not happen. And he makes the pot. And might or might not manage this pot. It's 50-50 with this red. I have no idea what you could do with this. Maybe bank shot to center with the black is. Using the black to pot his. He was going for a massive shot, which he executed very well. My best shot of this race. What a way to end this encounter if he pots the black, which he most likely will. He did very well with that last pot. That gave me goosebumps. And the black is down. That marks the end of this matchup between Kelvin Kandu and Hussein Abdul from Tanzania. The Tanzanian is out, as well as the one South African. And we look forward to our next round match. We see Jeremiah Ganda Ganda already equally walking to the arena